Hey guys, it's Ionic Bricks, and today I'm going to be showing you the first ever made Lego Star Wars minifig scale reciprocating quad blaster. Stay tuned, this is about to be epic. So if you're familiar with trying to make one of these weapons for your Lego minifigures or your clone troopers, you know how it goes. You're gonna look up on YouTube how to build one. You're gonna gather all your parts together, and final product is gonna be a little disappointing. It's gonna be clunky, it's gonna be oversized, stuff isn't right, it's just too big. It's not that classic imagery that we saw in the 2003 Clone Wars series when we saw that ARC heavy gunner jump out of that gunship and start blasting at Grievous. So I've never been satisfied with the Lego versions, and I decided to finally just make my own. And here it is. So this is currently for sale on my Instagram at Ionic_bricks, and these are the parts that you'll be getting if you do happen to buy one. So what you'll receive is one gun base, a backpack, two arms, left and right, 4 long barrels for non-firing mode, 2 short barrels for firing mode, and you'll receive these. You'll receive 2 little, I call them gun base side caps, and I'll show you guys what those are for in just a little bit. So let's grab a minifig and put this thing together. So here's our minifig. Just a blank Phase 2 Trooper, and yeah, let's get started with the build. So, first thing we're going to do, helmet and head off and to the side, take the backpack, put the backpack on, head goes on, helmet goes on, and this is what it looks like with just the backpack on. Next we're going to go gun base, either clip or slide in as needed. You'll notice that the arms are slightly rotated down, and that's just to achieve that kind of look of the troopers, or at least all the reference pictures that I saw. The troopers' elbows were bent and they were kind of close to the waist, but of course that is impossible with Lego anatomy, so it's the best we can get. Next we're going to take the gun arms, simply install them like so. Very easy, you just slide them in. And there you go. Now we're going to put the barrels in. So we're going to start with 1. Rotate it around, make sure we're facing the right way. Now we'll go with 2. There you go. And then number 3. And finally number 4. And there you go, guys. The first ever Lego minifig scale quad blaster, fully assembled and ready to go. So there are a few main features of this gun that we've seen in photos, and especially in the 2003 Clone Wars series, that set this weapon apart from everything else that we've ever seen in the Star Wars universe. First thing is, it goes from a gun mode and then has a backpack mode. Second thing is, the barrels alternate while they're firing. They have that reciprocating effect. So those were 2 things that I really had to hit in order to, have a really functioning quad blaster and have something that I could call the quad blaster. So let me show you those features right now. To go from gun mode to backpack mode, simply rotate, so it unclicks from the hands, bring it up over the top, and now we're in the backpack mode. It's that easy. Now let's say you want to do a little stop motion, you want to show that ARC heavy gunner jumping off the gunship, going into battle, a little stop motion. Simply bring the arms up, bring the gun over the top to the hands, bring them down a little bit to their holding position, swivel over, and click in place. And there you go. It's that easy. Now ready to go into battle. The second main feature that I discussed was I needed to have that reciprocating effect while shooting. And while I can't really do motion in the barrels, what I can do is have swappable barrels, which is what you saw when I put this thing together. So let's say you want to have the lower barrels firing. Just simply take them out and install the short barrels that come with the kit. So put those in, 1 and 2, and there you go. Now you're simulating as if you're in the shooting mode. And of course, you can swap out the short barrels with the top ones as well if you really want to. So I'm going to take those out and move on to another little feature. So there are, like I said, there are a couple smaller mini features that I just wanted to throw in. One is that I wanted to give the trooper a full range of motion as far as visibility. So you can rotate the helmet 360 degrees. It does not affect any of the supports or the interfaces with the backpack and the gun. Another thing was that I wanted some posing for pictures and stuff without the backpack assembly. And when you take the arms off, you're left with these giant holes on the side. It really doesn't look too nice. So to overcome that, I made the side caps. And to install those guys, simply take it off the trooper, or you can do it on the trooper. I find it's a little easier to do it when it's off the trooper, and you're just gonna line it up and put them on. They are tiny. They might be a little difficult the first couple times, but they do fit right in like that. So there you go, side caps installed. And to top this thing off with my favorite pose is the trooper holding the gun by the chains. I just really love the look of it, and here's what it looks like. So there you go. I think it can be a little loose, but once you get it in, there you go. I think that's a really, really nice look right there. So yeah, those are all the main features of the Quad Blaster. One last thing that I want to touch on is just compatibility with Lego. So let's say you want to put something else into the Quad Blaster's sockets that hold the barrels. So here's a Lego lightsaber. You can put it in. Really won't fall out. It's a good solid fit. They're pretty much the same exact size as Lego. Some of them might be a little loose, like here and here, but that's just from the variation in the print. But as far as compatibility with Lego, they are compatible. And then the barrels, trooper can hold a barrel if he wants to. I would recommend clipping in as opposed to sliding. It's just because if you slide the barrel into the hand, you do have a chance of essentially doing very, very micro scrapes on something that is there's just such small tolerances that really hold this thing together. So I would avoid handling the barrels like this, but if you want to, they do clip into the trooper's hand. A big question that is definitely going to come up is what helmets are compatible with the Quad Blaster, and it's definitely something to consider before you go buy one from me, or if you are interested and you would like to own one. What helmets does the gun work with? Just to really pinpoint what I'm saying when I say work with or compatible, I mean that the helmet allows the full rotation of the gun with ease or some slight manipulation. So any helmet from Lego, any of the customizers out in the community, I know there's a ton of them, I know they all have different variations, but all of those helmets will fit on the gun. You will be able to put the helmet on the gun, on the minifigure, and it will fit. You won't have any issues. The issues might come up during a rotation. So, I have gone through my collection. I think I have a pretty fair sample of one of everything that I have. I might have missed a couple. You know, there are a lot of these, as I've said, a lot of variations, a lot of people make them, but this should be a good representation of what fits and what doesn't fit so that you know what will be working for you. So this side is fits with smooth rotation. Over here in the back row, you have fits, but you kind of have to do a little different style of rotation. And then this row right here, no rotation will work. So let's just get into a general overview of what that is. So we have Clone Army Customs in the back row. We have the Maul Commandos, or Maul Mandalorians, normal Mandalorians, CAC's old style of RP2, or just Phase 2, Clone Army Customs Scubas, and the Commando helmet. Next we have Aerolite. So this is Aerolite, I guess the newer Phase 2. This is the OG Phase 2, and then this is their Mandalorian helmet. I don't really know if they make any other helmets, but that's all I have as far as Aerolite. Lego. This is, you know, the longest one. So you have your, oh man, what are these guys called? Airborne Troopers. You have your RP1 and AP1, which are the same helmet, but figured I'd show them just in case. I guess those are the RP2 pilots. You have your OG Phase 2, your animated or new style Phase 2 helmet. You have your ARC Trooper helmet. You have, I guess, RP2, or just, you know, the pilot helmet. Then you have your Old Republic Trooper helmet, Stormtrooper helmet, when I know that's going to be big for someone out there customizing, and of course Lego Mando helmets. Next we're going to move on to Aerolite. What am I saying? Aerolite. AV figures. So as far as AV figures, we have the RP2 Bark Trooper, AP2 or AP Bark Trooper, AV figures, I guess they call it their official Bark style helmet. Then you have the ARC Trooper, their ARC helmet, their Commando helmet, their RP2 helmet, and their AP2 helmet. And finally, just, you know, figured I'd throw it in, just a Forge 510 helmet, because there's nothing really different between them and Lego, but why not? So, getting to this back row, this is where it kind of gets interesting. So oh wait, this guy is a little bit different. So for these initial 5, so you have your AV Desert Trooper, AV, I should move them back over like that. So AV Desert Trooper, AV, I don't know if they're called Heavy Troopers, I'm just going to call them Bakara Troopers, Aerolite Bakara, your Lego Stormtrooper Pilot, and then your Old Republic Sith Trooper. So with those, well, you saw like how the rotation just works on the normal P2 Trooper. It just pops up and then it slides over the helmet, and you know the arms are up. So with these 5, you have to have the arms fully down, do a complete rotation on the body, and then slide it over the top. And I'll show you what that looks like, what I'm talking about right now. So for that, for them to work, you have to slide the arms all the way down, and then do that, and then bring it over the top. You can't do the bringing over the top from this position. So that's the only difference with them, and that's why I put them on that side, because it's not a true perfect fit as far as over here. Over here, the normal method of, you know, what it's supposed to really look like can be done with these helmets. Then you have a Clone Army Custom Tech helmet. That's a little bit different. So the Tech helmet can rotate like everything over here. The only difference is that while you're doing the rotation, you do have to adjust the antenna and push them either forward or backwards, depending on how you'd like to do it. So that, you know, it just adds another step in the articulation, and that's why it's over there. I didn't want to, you know, just say that it was a perfect fit. Now, as far as things that don't fit at all, you'll have no rotation whatsoever. You have your AV figures. I'm guessing that's the animated. Oh man, why is it it's not a Scout Trooper, but I'm forgetting the name. Then you have your realistic Scout helmet. Then you have your Imperial AV figures, and then Lego Scout, and then Lego Realistic Scout or Republic Scout, and then Lego versions of the Scout. I don't know why I'm forgetting the name of those, but yeah, those just don't work. It's just, you know, you have this massive visor sticking out, and it really restricts the movement. And this is especially prevalent on AV figures Scout Trooper, just because the helmet is so big, and it's just really bulky helmet, so it doesn't work. But yeah, and then a few other things that aren't here just because I don't own them. Most importantly, yes, this works with Clone Army Customs driver helmets. So right now his driver helmet is the only, I guess you could call it the Arc Heavy Gunner, even though it really isn't an Arc Heavy Gunner helmet. It's just stylized that way. So it does work with those. And then Clone Army Customs new Phase 2 helmets. I don't own them. I just don't really like them that much, so I don't have them. But moving forward with my project and stuff, I definitely need to have a complete sample of every single helmet that's out there. So, you know, when I make a product, and I can show you and say, yes, it fits everything, or this is what it fits and this is what it doesn't fit. Finally, what I don't have, or what you don't see before you right now, which does fit, are Clone Army Custom Recon or Bark Troopers. So those definitely fit. I just, like I said, I don't have them. I don't own any CAC Recons. But yeah, so I hope that this part was probably the most helpful thing, you know, as far as, you know, if you do want to buy a quad blaster from me, as far as what helmets will work, you know, how it'll work, and, you know, the smoothness of the transition, because that really is the most important thing when it comes to this gun. But yeah, thanks again. I was about to break down this setup to move on to the next segment of this video when I realized that there are a couple other helmets that I can discuss. First and foremost, and most likely has, well, I know it has a massive presence out there, is the Clone Army Customs Phase 1 helmet. That definitely works with the quad blaster. Second thing is AV Figures Mando helmet. Those definitely work with the quad blaster as well if you're interested in making custom Mandos or Mando Troopers and different variations. I don't own anything from Nate's Minifigures, and I'm not sure if Phoenix Customs, who also makes Mandos or has made a couple Mandos, if he has his own style or design for helmets, but any of those fall under the same umbrella as this guy from AV Figures. So those will also work as well. There are a couple other unique things, like Aerialites. Aerialite has their Old Republic Mando, and I think it's called the Bounty Hunter Mando helmet. I'm really not sure, but I'll put some pictures in of what they are. Like I said, I don't have those, but basing things off size and shape, I'm pretty sure that those will end up on this side of the line. So if you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much. It's much appreciated. I know this review was definitely a little longer than I originally anticipated on, but I just wanted to show you guys anything and everything that I thought would be important if you would be interested in purchasing the first ever minifig scale, fully posable, reciprocating quad blaster. Just had to throw that in. But again, if you are interested in purchasing one, I am selling them exclusively on my Instagram right now, and that is @Heonic_bricks. The link will be in the description below. Any purchase funds future projects like this, and just, you know, it's just an awesome little creation, and it's definitely, I think it's definitely something necessary for anyone who has clone troopers or does any customizing in the Star Wars community, or just the LEGO community in general. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. And also, look forward to tons and tons of never been dones that are going to be coming out on this channel and on my Instagram, of all different, a whole different manner of custom LEGO Star Wars and LEGO accessories for all different genres. Keep your eyes open. It's going to be one hell of a ride. Have a great day.